Hello, traders, and welcome to another episode of Snapshot. Today is the 20th of May 2024. Let's dive into what's happening. As usual, let's start with last week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average surged above 40,000 for the first time, doubling its value since Donald Trump's presidency began in 2017. However, the recent drop in inflation numbers boosted the rally. Last week on 15th of May, inflation numbers dropped to 3.6%, lower than expected. Retail sales remain flat, signaling a cooling in domestic demand, which supports calls for interest rate cuts to stimulate the economy. We know that the presidential election is around the corner. President Biden's agenda aims to address high prices through initiatives like building homes and lowering prescription drug costs, while Donald Trump campaigns attributes inflation to current administration policies. I wanted to share this interesting chart from the USA Today. The Dow Jones doubles every 8 years now, but it took over 24 years to double from 1959 to 1983. And as I mentioned earlier, the Dow Jones doubled since 2017. We've got some really strong data coming out this week, which I'll walk through: the economy calendar, FOMC minutes, Japanese inflation rate, and the Nvidia earnings as well. And we'll also talk about the Euro USD. Looking at the economy calendar, we've got the Chair Powell speech happening today. This was supposed to happen over the weekend, but I believe he got COVID and this was pushed for Monday. Moving into tomorrow, we've got the RBA meeting minutes, then inflation rate out of Canada. The forecast is at 2.8 and previously was at 2.9. On the 22nd of May, we've got lots of data coming out of Japan as well. My focus would be on exports and imports. The forecast is looking very positive, and we know that Nikkei is on a uptrend at the moment and is approaching strong key levels, and it's going to be interesting to see whether that's going to continue on. We've got the RBNZ interest rate decisions, and just like the other G7 countries, the forecast is to remain flat, so at 5.5%. Then there is more home sales data coming out of US, as well as the FOMC minutes, retail sales out of Australia. And my focus will be on the Japanese inflation rate. The forecast is sitting at 2.3 and previously was at 2.7. We've got the market of the week, Euro USD, on a 4-hourly chart. A breakout occurred midweek following the CPI data in the US at 108.27, and it went to that strong resistance at 108.9, retracing back at the 38.2 on the Fibonacci. And it looks like the price is now bouncing back, and we know that this is a very critical level at 108.8. The pair is showing a potential further upward movement as it approaches that 108.8 mark. There is a lot of resistance there, and my outlook is if the price can sustain above 108.8, 108.9 and breaks that past that resistance level, it might continue up to that 23.60 on the Fibonacci. And if the price fails to break the resistance and falls back, it may retest the support and fall all the way to 3.8 to 20. But don't forget, the markets are going to move slow. We've got the FOMC minutes coming up, as I mentioned. Then there is the PMI flash as well, coming out of EU and durable goods. And if you enjoyed our videos, please subscribe and like our videos. My name is Valon, and until next time, happy trading.